about my sweat equity? Sweat equity. Sweat equity. My sweat equity.
To the Rondé Barber.
My sweat equity.
That's the Rondé Barber?
Yes.
All right.
You don't know,
What about my sweat equity?
Eric, we're already getting off
You're going to come at me with Bucks knowledge shit?
Tampa Bay Bucks knowledge, not Milwaukee Bucks. Because
Oh.
there's some people that don't know we do this out of Tampa listening.
Okay.
The Rondé Barber, we're used to do this, and I'm going to try to,
You're pointing downwards at your back with your thumb.
right,
It's like a thumbs down to your back.
yep, to read the name on the back, bitch. That's what that meant.
Right.
It meant
So that he can be confused with his brother.
maybe.
Look at that. That's Tiki Barber.
And then a friend of mine called it shaving the barber, and I was like, no, he never called it that. No.
Shaving. Ew.
So when he would score a touchdown that one year in
99.
1999, and then again in like 2001 where he had like 10 interceptions, every time he'd get it, he tried to make it a thing.
Right.
Which
really
I-
worked out well, Rondé. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Potential future guest, so be cool to him. All right.
Okay, but doesn't make me know what it is.
I just like it because I like to do that. If you like, you play pickup basketball and you get a 3 and you win the game or whatever, or a 2, I should call it, because no one plays 3s. Really.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? No one plays 3s or 2s.
Well, nobody has the painted line. They're never painted.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean,
unlike
yeah, if
court-
you go to
court-
Rich People Jesuit High School basketball court, then
What?
yeah, maybe.
No,
but
like any fucking pickup court.
I've seen a lot of pickup courts without shit, without a net.
You haven't been to the streets, that's for sure. And 3 points are
Sounds
all
to me like you haven't been to the streets, sir.
3 points are all the rage, man. Which are really 2s on the streets.
Okay.
But I never realized the math is all fucked up on that.
What?
So when you go from 3 to 2 to 2 to 1, I never until like 2 years ago, I was like, oh yeah, that fucks up the ratio of like
Oh yeah.
how much it's worth.
Are you saying you make a 3-pointer worth 2?
Yeah, so everybody
when-
plays
and you're
2s
playing
and
by 1, yeah.
You're not going to play fouls. Like no one's going to go to the fucking stripe.
You just say and 1, and you got to make it.
No one. I don't even play with people that say and 1. If you say and
I'll say
1,
something if you slap my hand and it goes in. Come on.
I almost never call a foul. Like
I'm not calling the foul.
Yeah.
I just want them to know how bad they suck.
well,
Mind
yeah.
you, I haven't played basketball in 7 years.
Yeah.
But
So-
when I did,
Well, I'm about 4 years out, so I don't know what I'm talking about either. But I'm saying
it would be bad for us.
it would be bad. I'd have one really bad game to warm up, like just atrocious, like forget how to dribble.
And then
almost.
your knees will hurt and you go home.
No. And then that second game, you're right back in it. I know my spot. I can hit a 3 every now and again if I'm feeling it.
Mhm.
I can board. I can play defense, which is annoying to people.
Yeah, I can imagine you being an annoying basketball player. Just
I-
the guy just
I'm the
using
be-
his mass.
I'm the best guy to have on your team. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't want to shoot as much.
Right.
Because I know my role.
Oh, no, you're a good teammate.
Right,
then.
right, yeah.
The
But
guy
I don't,
getting
you
down
don't want
to-
to play against me. Like if we're playing with all our friends, they're like, "Oh fuck, man!"
Foul out of every game.
Right? No, they're like, "You're gonna like try and shit." And I'm like, "Yeah, what?
Well, yeah,
Why
you
is
try.
it gay? Why is it gay to be defense? Like
Yeah.
I don't get that."
Stop being defense.
They're like, "Stop being such a fag, bro. You're playing D." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "It's part of the game,
Just
isn't
let
it?"
me go by you.
Right. Oh, just let me juke you and just
Don't you see my
fucking
moves?
break your ankles. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. I'm gonna do fundamentals. I'm gonna slide shot side to side
Yeah.
because that's
Good.
all I know. And I'll wear Asics out there. I
Maybe
don't
we'll
care.
do Hoop It Up next year.
Oh man!
Get
But then
two
we have
more
to lie.
dads.
Do we have to lie about our age? And
No,
say
yeah,
like
grown
we're
up.
45
Oh, well, yeah.
because that's the ruse. Everybody was like, "Yeah, I'm 14." You're like, "Bitch, you have a beard." Like, no.
Yeah, dude. My team went to the finals one year and played against the Police Athletic League. Looked like they shipped them in from the jail or something. They're like 15, way bigger than us.
Yeah.
Check those registration forms.
You're like your stroller has 2 kids in it. Why you're not,
Yeah.
you're not 13.
Yeah.
And then they had Air It Out. You remember that one?
Oh yeah, that was a shit show too.
The same shit. I had like a super team of like the best kids I knew that we didn't even like hang out with each other. It was like we all came
Yeah,
together
us
to
too.
play.
It was like we're recruiting.
It was like, all right, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. So they tried to hoop it up. Hoop it up was 3-on-3, right?
Mhm.
And then Air It Out was 4-on-4. So you'd have an extra sub usually. You'd
Yeah.
have like one kid sit out.
Yep.
And Air It Out especially because all you're doing is running like fly routes
Yeah.
and shit. and air it out, everybody egregiously cheated in that.
Oh yeah, hiding your flags and shit.
Yeah.
Like slapping them away.
Good times.
Oh, man.
Great oldies. U92.
Reliving the past.
So I have a bet for you.
Okay.
Well, you asked if I had anything prepared. I had something prepared.
Okay.
So here's the bet.
If this has to do with BNI, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that's the bet.
No, fuck that.
I already bet it to you.
Hey, let's say welcome back to John Paul.
Hey, John
Thank
Paul.
God.
Well, we're coming
After
back
last
to
episode.
Hey, guys.
No, we won't come back to that. John Paul's back after last episode shit show. Me smashing the wrong buttons. Thank God. Such a
Yeah,
relief.
you're gonna love these angles.
Love them
Getting
already.
them all.
So here's the deal.
Check this one out.
Okay, here's the
Shout out
bet.
to Otter.ai for not sponsoring this podcast yet. And one of our real sponsors is Grasshopper. Try grasshopper.com/sweat. Hit that. When you hit this link, I found out it's HTTP,
Not SSL secured?
not SSL
Oh,
secure.
cool.
So it's going to tell you that this is like, hey, we don't know if this thing's stealing your stealing your stuff. So it still works. You just got to plow through that and
Just
go.
ignore that.
Just go to advanced on Chrome and it'll let you go. So that might be a reason we've been having trouble getting that affiliate marketing money.
Mhm.
But try grasshopper.com/sweat, and that'll give you $50 off a phone line. If you don't have a phone line, you're kind of a total jabroni. Don't use a Google Voice. I recently had to help our friend of the program, Kelly Jenkins, who's inheriting a Google Voice number. And then they
transfer that bitch.
she couldn't, the person she bought the brand from
Just
turned
switch
off
it.
that.
Just get rid of that old
I was like,
number.
just
start over.
I tried to sit down and help her, but I was just like, here's our link, do that. Let's get a vanity number. So we sat and did like 1-800-cleanup. Okay, that's probably going to be taken.
Yes.
1-800-SOS-tidy. All right, the 1-800 is gone, but maybe I can get a 1-855.
Mhm.
So there's vanity numbers to choose from. And then they'll have local numbers if you want to choose that. I'm a big fan of it. I think it's good. I like sitting there trying to figure out the game of trying to.
Yeah.
We try to do it for our medical marijuana doctor,
Yeah.
Dr. Patrick Byrne. If you
Mhm.
want to go to Dr. Pat, is it Dr. Pat Byrne?
drpatburn.com.
But Byrne spelled Byrne, right?
Yep.
So if you want to go there,
Yeah.
if you're Florida
Burn it.
or Pennsylvania, he'll be coming on the show soon to talk about that. See, look at us doing plugs like a big show.
I know.
Uh-huh.
Good.
So here's a bet. John Paul, you doing all right over there? Great.
Sleeping.
I heard his voice not on the mic.
Just keep going.
Doing good.
All right. I didn't know if you were getting Alex Jones. Sorry, I keep doing that
Don't-
voice.
yeah.
I love doing the Alex Jones voice.
I clicked my mic off because I had to cough, and then I farted really loud too. So
Okay.
Cough fart?
I mean, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna tell us, just do it. Make it a fart mic.
Yeah. Let's copy your mom's
We
house.
gave you the bad mic anyways. The thing's all gross.
Yeah, that's the one we use for stand up.
Yeah.
I'll try and remember to fart into the microphone.
Okay.
Yeah, don't even if we have a guest, just it doesn't
Just
matter.
do it.
Just let it rip.
Yeah, they need to know.
Eric should have some good fiber ones, like keto farts, I assume.
Yeah. Yep. They're
You get
pretty
a lot of
good.
those?
Yeah.
I'm not farting as
Nice.
much lately.
Real earthy.
Yeah. Very organically grown. I don't know.
All right. Well, how about this? Before we get into the supreme bet that I want to do
Now
with
it's
you.
the supreme bet.
Yes, supreme cheese bet. On LinkedIn, I did post something that has gotten way more traction than I've ever posted anything, I think, online.
Yeah, I noticed. Really weird.
It's like,
It wasn't even something you wrote.
I didn't write it. No, and it was written 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It was a thing we've talked about on this podcast that I told you I was going to write. I still have 2/3 of it done, but it was basically the image got me was a dude just like in a fetal position out in the ocean.
hmm
And I was like, that's what entrepreneurship feels like. That's what owning your own business feels like. It's like you're in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. You just ran out of gas and the thing capsized.
hmm Yeah.
You can see land.
Yeah.
That was my metaphor. You can see the land in the distance.
And you can get off and kick very slowly.
Yeah.
And you can probably get there.
But
maybe.
you know,
But
it's
you
like,
also might die.
Yeah, exactly. And the sun's going down, and you got to
Mhm.
figure this shit out.
And there's sharks in the water too.
Oh yeah.
You better believe it. There's sharks in all the water.
Hey,
If
man,
it's fresh water, there's alligators for
if
sure.
you want to look up something creepy, I know y'all know about this, but
700-pound gator. Did you see that
no,
in Georgia? They just found one.
in Georgia.
Yeah, in like
Gators are
a
in Georgia?
irrigation thing or something. I don't know. Yeah, dude.
Huh.
Sorry, I thought that's what you were gonna say.
No. I was going to say the Skyway Bridge in the 70s. It collapsed in the middle.
Yeah.
Did you ever know that?
Yeah.
And then the people, because it's such a tall bridge. If you've seen the 2004's The Punisher, it's the ending shot. You know that.
I
good
still like
movie?
him. Tom Jane is still my Punisher.
I know. I don't. I'm not
I
with
know
this new guy.
Netflix bullshit.
He's too good looking.
The new guy?
Yeah,
Tom Jane's way better looking than that new guy.
I agree. I would fuck Tom. I mean, he's way better looking.
Okay, we agree. The new guy. Good looking.
The bridge between Tampa Bay over Tampa Bay between St. Petersburg and Tampa. Is that it? Yeah. It's so big that
It's Sarasota and St. Pete.
Excuse me. Yeah, that's what I was like. I don't think that was right. Sarasota, St. Pete. It's so tall it would crest over. This is flat earthers don't like this, but you couldn't see the horizon, so you couldn't brake quick enough.
Right.
So
people
people-
just drove off.
Right. Some people lived that hit the water in their Buicks or Oldsmobiles and shit, and then bull sharks got them.
That's a really downer story.
Right? Isn't that creepy?
Yeah.
So every time you go over the Skyway
Be
or a
scared
really big
shitless.
bridge, we put the windows down, man.
I think that day it was like really foggy or something too.
That too, yeah.
So,
Let's relive it.
I just did. I'm in a bad mood. Now I feel better.
So I put this this article out there, and I just said entrepreneurship's lonely AF because I'm trying not to cuss as much lately, and that stands for as fuck.
That's
If you don't know on the streets, and it's gotten like 100. For me, this is a lot. 100 shares or 100 likes, and then I'm getting a bunch of comments from people who. It's so odd how people don't read. They read it differently.
Right.
I had someone post today
Definitely don't read the article.
something about Jesus Christ, and I was like,
Ooh, what am I bringing him into this for?
so I'm starting to make fun of all the people that aren't really. They're just writing. LinkedIn's kind of a weird place to comment because people are kind of like, it's such a promotion machine for a lot of people.
Yeah, they're still in corporate mode sometimes.
Right. So one guy's like, here at whatever, I forget the name of the company, here at blah, blah, blah.com, we value each other's stuff. And I was like,
Douche chills.
yeah, so I'm going to write back, you don't need to advertise
Yeah.
on here. Because I think that's the strategy we have to go with on LinkedIn is to just be maybe the only like legit,
Nobody's
like,
real.
authentic, right?
Yeah.
And just call people out on the shit.
Yeah.
And that might get more traction than anything.
Yeah, it should. I would pay more attention if people were getting called out, but it's a lot of bullshit on there too.
Well, this might be a LinkedIn dedicated episode because I mean it's one of those things where it's a powerful tool. What they've done, if you don't know the Sales Navigator tool, the job recruiter tools they have, they're actually really, really good.
Finding a job on LinkedIn. I mean, they got a lot of good stuff that pushes you in the right direction. You might be usable in this or whatever.
Yeah, and we brought it up before, but it's worth bringing up again. If you don't update your it's a resume, it's an online resume, it's your profile, so it's worth updating that bitch like once every quarter and just like updating it with what's going on and the data there. So IT firms, I know this for IT recruiters, they definitely look in that area to pull people in. So we always talk about marketing, right? From a company perspective, there's a push and pull strategy. You want to push ads or you want to push an agenda or some kind of campaign to potential leads. The other way is you want to pull people into your shit. You want to pull people into your brand. You want people to work for you. You want a waiting list. And like, we have people hitting us up to work here. It's like, it's not even that good.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I've had a lot of stuff come through, more legit things come through on LinkedIn. It's grown-ups, It's not like just flipping,
Grown-ups.
The
word
it's
grown up
Facebook
is
for grown-ups.
Grown up to me. That phrase
We're
grown
not
up.
grown-ups.
I know, but the phrase grown up, is it like a It doesn't sound like an adult phase or an adult phrase to say.
No.
I'm
know.
a grown-up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's more legit. People, they're a little more serious if they reach out to you most of the time, unless they're the ones that have those pre-written, like, hey, thanks for connecting. If I can help you.
So I have about 3,000 connections on there, and I get one of those a day probably.
Yeah. 3,000, that's it?
Yeah. I mean, now that I'm single, I'll just look for hot chicks. And
Oh,
connect
okay.
with them.
Yeah, that's true. I'd like to connect with you on
Hey,
LinkedIn.
can I connect with you? How'd y'all meet? LinkedIn.
Wow. You're a robot.
Yeah. No, I get a bunch of those sales and marketing one. Here's the deal. It's a numbers game. So I don't blame those guys for doing that. Because
I don't
people
either.
do look at that.
But how often do you get a message for podcast promotion that is the most broken English? Hello, I am
I don't-
podcast promotion.
I don't
Would you
get-
like
I don't
podcast?
get any of that.
Oh, really?
No, you
I get a
that.
ton of it.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm going to bring mine up.
for sure. A lot of, I mean, if we ever make it over to India, I will be very popular
Oh, yeah?
for some reason. I don't know. But I got a lot of Indian connections on LinkedIn.
What if they find that video of you punching a cow, though?
Or me just eating a cow.
Ooh. Yeah.
It's worse.
Or
Right?
that time you had a train with a cow catcher on it and ran that cow over.
Mm-hmm.
Just pow.
Yeah.
Moo.
Actual train.
You never seen those cow catchers? Mm-hmm.
What? They put a big net out and catch cows?
You didn't know that?
No, but
There's-
we'll have to see that later.
You don't know what a
There's
cow
a-
catcher is?
Well, it sounds pretty obvious.
It's
what
the
it is.
sharp. It's the very sharp angled thing in front of the train, so that it boots them off.
That's what that's for.
You didn't know what
no
that was for?
shit.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense. I figured it was just a snow plow.
No way.
Cow plow.
In India.
Oh man, they don't have them in India.
They. I don't know if they do or not. I know they're sacred, but not everybody believes in that.
I got a lot of people on them trains.
There's a lot of shit that just gets on the tracks. So that's what it's mainly for. But they call it a cow catcher, I think.
Wow,
Yeah.
I learned something today.
Same with like a grain elevator. That's a weird name for something too.
Well, no, that's pretty dead on what it's doing. It's elevating it up
I know,
as you
but
fill it.
I think of the elevator first, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Duh.
Yeah, well,
And then
they probably invented the grain elevator before they did the lift elevators.
right, maybe.
I would hope so.
Man, this podcast has gotten hot
Wow.
and scintillating. So
Okay, let's reset.
let's go back to
Talk
LinkedIn.
about that hot LinkedIn fire.
Well, look, LinkedIn's legit. Here's the thing: they just came out with LinkedIn Live, so that's a big deal because they're really going to try to compete with this. They have a thing with Vimeo, which owns Livestream, which owns Mevo, which is the cameras we use.
Yes.
All right,
Get
that's like
started.
I know that's kind of biblical. That sounds like this begets this. David begets this. Begets. But it is one of those things where LinkedIn is an area to compete in, but it's not the same. And that's where people fuck up. It's not a lifestyle. It's not really a lifestyle place. It's
Right.
a B2B place.
Yeah, I could see the LinkedIn Live being the most popular of the live broadcast. Like
We need to jump on
for
it.
companies. I could see them really wanting to do stuff live because then nobody gives a shit. They're not watching it, afterwards.
Well, part of what we hate, and I think that it might not work for them, is people want to be polished. Right?
Yeah.
Like this show's set up for us. It's never going to be good enough.
Right. Yeah.
Right, but that's a good thing. It's the hedonistic treadmill. We get on it, and we get to a certain level where now we have, like a year ago, we didn't have this kind of setup with lights and cameras and stuff. We didn't have a John Paul behind the glass,
No ass behind the glass.
and now we're good. We feel good, but we're not there yet. And I feel like LinkedIn Live just wants to promote just polished stuff.
it's
No, I think that the users aren't going to put as much stuff out
Oh,
there.
I see what you're saying. The
Because it's
LinkedIn Live.
all, if you want to talk about fake, I mean, that whole world is fake.
Oh yeah, that'll be all the marketing funnel guys with the phones, like
Those guys.
driving. I couldn't take the time to just stop driving to make my marketing video. I'm gonna drive and walk into my beautiful house. It looks really cool, but no, your
That-
marketing
they
guy
don't
doesn't
own-
know how to fucking produce a video.
Hey guys, it's Terry here.
Yeah. Hey guys.
You don't know how to get your fitness customers to come in and get in your marketing funnel? Well, try ClickFunnels.com. ClickFunnels.com. We don't mess around. We're only the best. And you're like, this is the same
You
shit.
say nothing. You're
Right.
saying nothing.
So you're saying that people want to get in contact with less people? Why is LinkedIn
No,
better
no,
than
he's
Facebook?
saying-
No,
Like-
LinkedIn Live or LinkedIn just in general is so Facebook is for people you already know, right? For the most part. Twitter is
Not necessarily anymore.
let's just say let's paint with a broad brush.
In theory, I would agree that it's mostly people you would know, friends and,
that's not-
family sort of thing.
And that's not even I stole that from Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter. That's what he said about and then Twitter's more about a conversation,
Hmm.
right?
I agree.
I would say that there's a big valley between followers and kind of tastemakers there. Instagram, it's the visuals. It's a lifestyle. Pinterest, same thing. But more women focused in the U.S.
Not necessarily people you know. You can get followers sort of thing. Not
Right,
Facebook, your friends.
right. Your feed on Instagram is friends and brands and like
Mhm.
that kind of thing. It's
What you
visual,
like.
and they're equal almost. I at least in my feed, I haven't looked up the percentages in a while. Pinterest, you're kind of going there for a designated reason almost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a
Looking
little
for
bit more
this-
search engine ish.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for inspiration. I do a lot of logo design inspiration. I'll go over there. I know a lot of women, they're looking for kitchen ideas. They're going to go there, right?
Yeah.
LinkedIn is kind of trying to be the business amalgam of all these things. It looks like because they got bought out by Microsoft.
Yeah.
So they have the backup support to be able to do whatever, but they
Yeah.
can't figure out what they are.
Yeah. They call them connections, and that's in itself like a weird kind of bland thing where it's like, I don't. What are we? Are you do you follow me now that we're connected?
They have followers.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but they're it's connections.
No. There's connections and followers.
Oh,
Now, no one does the follower thing unless you're like huge, unless you're Gary Vee on there.
yeah. I don't know.
For me, I think that's a very corporate breakdown of what's going on because most people don't think about it in those kind of categories. I think about it as just another thing that we have to have, like another social media avenue to use. But in reality, Facebook gets to a lot of people. And
No,
you
they're-
can
yeah.
use it for business.
You don't have to do one or the other. You know, it's not like you have to use Facebook or you have to use this. I think people do. I think you're doing the thing where you're overwhelming yourself for no reason. I do it too, where it's like, fuck, I don't want to do another thing, right? There's just another thing
Exactly.
I have to pay attention to. And what I theorize is it's not that hard. It's just if you really want to do this correctly, like I'll rewrite a post and I'll write it differently on LinkedIn than I will on anything else because everything else is a lifestyle, right? Whereas since we toe the line so much into casual, especially on this show and anything else I write out there, that I tend to maybe teeter towards more of like, here's an actual businessy kind of thing when I'm writing the post. Does that make sense?
You with us? He's talking to you.
Well, both of y'all.
No,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
here.
I wasn't paying
It's-
attention.
I'm with you. It is kind of maybe just I don't want to have to do another social media site thing,
Well, then you need to get a buffer.
but
or
I don't know
Hootsuite.
how they're better at promoting a business than Facebook is. Like, really, it's
Not necessarily
you reach
better
more
at promoting
people.
a business, but maybe making business connections that could benefit your business.
Here's what I found to be the best kind of content. How about that? Let's go that direction maybe. With LinkedIn, the more genuine, vulnerable stuff you put out there, the better it is. How about that? So if you were talking about what you're going through doing Tampaniac, it might actually bring in business in that way because it's more authentic to go against the grain. The things that get the most shares from people are these like stories of like, I quit my job, you know, and I started this, I had no money, blah blah blah, you know, those redemption stories.
But we are talking out of both sides of our mouths, if you think about it, because we're saying that people are going to be too polished, but you got to be authentic too.
No,
So there's a line there.
be authentic in the message. We do have a curated message that we're putting on this show. And what I posted, for instance, what I posted was I put it in my words and I try to make it concise. I was like, entrepreneurship is lonely AF as fuck because it is. And I've been wanting to write about that for a while. So, but the image was most of it. People saw that image of the guy in the fetal position.
You could just never get time to yourself, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm saying if you
That's a joke.
if you're worried about like the actual publishing part of it, where you have to think of something and then publish to a bunch of different mediums, you can use IFTTT, and that's if this then that. That's an app. It's like a home and business kind of app that connects apps that don't connect. So if you post, you can have it to where you post on Instagram, it'll automatically post on LinkedIn for you.
Does that,
Yeah.
you know, you
And
got
now
Buffer.
I'm just gonna have
is
that
what we
app
use.
now too. But I was just
Glosses over
thinking,
that.
I mean,
Yeah, just steamroll.
no, I mean, is there any business or any company that I'm not going to be able to contact on Facebook? Like if they're on LinkedIn, they're on Facebook, they're on Instagram.
Not
It's not about,
necessarily.
well,
I
it's not
mean-
like that either. It's if you're putting something out, it might not get seen on Facebook, but it might get seen on LinkedIn, even if it's the same exact thing. Just because not everything that you put out that you're like, if you make a post, your friends don't necessarily see that post, like all of your friends.
Right.
You might get some, you know, because
Yes.
there's timing and stuff like that. So if they miss it and you're not reposting it, but you did it on LinkedIn and they go on LinkedIn and see it, then you're covering your bases.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, and the polish thing was more about LinkedIn Live than anything. I just think
Okay.
LinkedIn Live is going to be interesting because they only gave it out to a certain amount of people first. I thought it was, I thought it was,
Like, oh, we'll play with LinkedIn Live.
I thought I had it, and I was like, oh wait, this isn't live. I just recorded a video and then published it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
We're live.
Let's see if it's unrolled because this is a couple weeks ago when I did it. I'll see if I can pull it up on my computer. But
I actually got LinkedIn already pulled up.
do you have the
Looking at my
LinkedIn
followers.
Live?
I don't know. I mean, I gotta find it. You just threw this at me. I don't see anything obvious. But I'm also on my desktop.
Well, yeah, desktop. I would assume they probably are not going to hook that up, just like the
Maybe
other
ever.
platforms. Let's see. I've got a roll camera. Let's see if we can do this.
This is really, really good content. If you scrolling through your phone to find it.
So
Is it live?
I think we're live.
Okay. Well, now Law's got his phone out and he says we're live, but I doubt it.
Well, and it has my phone sucks. I haven't cleaned the lens part, so it looks like we're in heaven a little bit.
Yeah.
It's got that
Is that
glow.
what that is?
Well, it could be jizz. I don't know.
That powdered jizz? It has been a while for you. You need to drink more water.
What? I'm drinking a beer right now.
That's not going to
It's got a
hydrate
lot
your
of
jizz.
water. Anyway, we'll keep that. Let's keep that open while we talk about it.
Okay. Well, we're not live on LinkedIn.
I think we are.
Okay.
I don't care. Who cares? So what I'm saying is with LinkedIn, LinkedIn's solid because the data is more reliable and relevant. That's the big crux of all of this, right? So everybody kind of uses it as a resume once a year. You probably update your profile. No one wants to admit it. It's kind of like hooking up with a fatty. Like no one wants to admit that they do, but they do. No shame in that game. You update your profile
No.
once a year.
It's also it's like a post. It acts as a post. If you add
Right.
a new job, then
Right.
you'll get 500. Hey, congratulations on the new job.
So about a
That
year
they just
ago,
fill in.
I started really paying attention to my LinkedIn profile, and I have gotten. Do I have direct benefit from it? Not really, but I have gotten more legit introductions to a lot of recruiters.
That's what I'm
A
saying.
lot of it works as a credibility thing, like we talked about with websites. A lot of your website is to prove the credibility that you are pushing out there.
Yeah.
So here's
It's
where
easily the
here's
number
where-
one source for me.
I'm Google AdWords certified. You can check it right there. I was at business school, flamed out, but I still got some grad school in there. Programmatic advertising certified by the Trade Desk, all that kind of shit. It's good to have that just omnipresent
Mm.
out there.
Mm-hmm. Good word.
Yeah. And then
Omnipresent.
once I started using all our client work as different jobs because it didn't represent, like we've really consulted over 400 businesses in 4 years, but
It also looks like you can't hold a job.
well, that doesn't matter as much anymore.
Yeah.
That used to be a thing, right?
Yeah.
It used to be,
Why do you have so many jobs
Yeah,
in
have
10 years?
one thing, and now they're saying the value's actually swung the other way because you
Really?
want someone that's versatile.
Well, I could see in the future that, like, I mean, just having these one jobs in general is probably not going to be as popular as it is right now, where you're going to have to piece it together as the robots take our jobs.
We're in a gig economy. I mean, what having tenure at a job, what does that even get you in the end?
Yeah, great.
Now I'm looking at a lot of like older generation right now. I'm like,
all the young people
they don't get you anything. Like,
yeah. Just like, okay, well, there's another little
it's like
plaque.
Social Security. We're not going to get that fucking money.
No.
That's bullshit. So it's like
Most people get like a 5-year, like, retirement from their company. My dad blew through his retirement in no time. Then all you got is Social Security.
Throw your dad under the bus.
your dad's retirement money go up his nose or something.
And then he moved in
Well,
with
it
you.
just seemed like when he retired after 20 years, they're like, we got 5 years paid, whatever.
Woo-wee.
But that
Do you
blows
think
by.
okay, I won't get into that.
That we got to get a financial planner on here because that's a different combo. But I mean, that's one of those things where it's linked. All right, let's circle back to the LinkedIn because I want to talk about that shit that you just dropped. But we've got a couple of minutes. I would say here's the deal for people listening. Go on LinkedIn, use it as if you promote on Facebook or Instagram, take 30 extra seconds and go over there and do the same thing. Maybe alter it a little bit towards more of a white collar-ish office environment because it's not really a blue collar area. It's not like a lot of trades guys are going on there.
Right.
It's a lot of tech. It's a lot of administration. It's a lot of what do you think? Clerical.
Yeah. I mean, think about people who might be able to use it. Guys on a construction site don't need to go on LinkedIn. They got their shit. They got enough problems.
And if you're a guy looking for a
Wife
job,
bitching at them.
you're looking for a job right now, use LinkedIn as the tool. That is a very it feels like it doesn't work because you're thinking of LinkedIn of the past.
Yeah.
What used to be like a total joke 10 years ago.
Yeah. Used to be a punchline.
On 30 Rock. I remember that.
If you're looking for a job, even like do the Vimeo or the LinkedIn Premium thing for a month. And if you got to cancel it, because you can see who looks at your profile and you hit them up, be like, wow, it's destiny.
I signed up for Sales Navigator for a month, and I was like, here's the bet. We'll circle back to the bet. You thought I forgot, didn't you? So we'll have a bet within a bet. The Sales Navigator, let's do it for a month and see if we can get qualified leads aggressively through that. If it happens, it's $80 a month. It's worth it.
Yeah.
Right? Our ticket price is
one
usually,
signage covers it.
One client at 10 grand definitely covers that cost, right?
Yeah.
That's an average cost of a client, let's say for us. For the bet, I'll do no sugar, no grain. If you join a BNI group, doesn't have to be mine, but I think you should for your dental practice.
What do I get out of this?
It just my misery of no sugar, no grain. That means no Dunkin'.
I don't take pleasure in your misery. I don't want you to be miserable.
Why not?
You won't be miserable. First of all, you'll feel amazing.
I don't agree.
You haven't tried it.
Right. It's for both of us to be miserable.
But you won't be miserable, and I will be.
No. I'll be miserable as fuck. Like I can't
fake it.
I can't have beer.
And I'll know, too, because you're not that good of an actor.
I can't have beer. I can't have any sugar, which I'm a sugar monster at this point.
Okay. But
you know you need to do it, too.
I don't know if I do.
Yeah, you do.
I don't want to
and
at
it's not
all.
all about revenue. I'm telling you. I'll bet you that.
I got enough friends.
No, it's not a friends thing.
I got enough
You can
jobs.
You can join ours.
I don't like the people.
You've met most of them.
I'm just joking.
They've come on the show.
I actually use people in that BNI
Right.
group all the time.
Right. And then you get just life points for doing stuff.
I know, but if I can just guerrilla my way into it, I can skip all these meetings and things.
No.
I just slowly
it's better
call
for
each
you.
one and use them. Be like, yeah, Lawson
You're
gave me your
you're
info.
You're justifying.
No,
People want to meet the person that owns the business.
it's so cute that you think that I'm going to do it.
All right, then
2 years now.
why not?
Because I don't want to.
Oh man,
It's early on a Wednesday.
you get up at 4.
I know, but it's right when I got to
John
take the
Paul,
kids to
is
school.
he being silly?
Tell them how bad it sucks.
I hated it.
Thank you.
No, I don't like it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you I like it. I go because I don't like it.
All right.
We don't do
What
things
about
because
my
they're
sweat
easy.
equity?
SweatEquityPod.com.
Sweat equity. Sweat equity. My sweat equity. My sweat equity.
This would be a good spot for the logo
What
playing.
about my sweat equity?